Hey guys, thank you for joining me again for another video on my channel. This is going to be the energy monthly reading for the earth element, and this is one of 4 videos for the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water, which I do every month. So this particular one is going to be for the energy of February and March combined, and I'm going to cover February and then what's going on this month afterwards, since I did have a lot going on last month and missed doing the February readings. So there's 2 parts to this reading. I'll start out with the general energy reading, which I have here, and then the tarot reading portion. So just a few things. So please keep in mind that my tarot and oracle readings are for entertainment purposes only, and they are based on the interpretation of the cards and are subjective. So I never offer advice, just ideas and perspectives for you to explore and think about. And of course, as always, please see the description box below for the full disclaimer. And please be aware that we're still dealing with scammers in the tarot community. I hate to keep having to repeat this, but we're gonna talk about it until we don't have to anymore. So if anyone reaches out to you via DM or private message offering readings or asking for money, just ignore, block, report them. Don't interact with them, okay? So scammers impersonate legitimate tarot readers. They'll take your money and disappear, and you won't get a reading. So do not give them any personal information or send them any money, okay? Legitimate tarot readers do not do business this way, and I do not offer personal readings right now. So if someone reaches out to you offering readings asking for money, that is not me. That's going to be a scammer impersonating me or impersonating another legitimate tarot reader or business, okay? So we don't, genuine tarot readers, we don't do business that way. We will never show up in your DMs, okay? It's not happening. Okay, so one last thing. I'm focusing on the energy of the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, because each of us has the 12 zodiac signs in our birth chart, right? And are influenced by all 4 elements in some way. So I've done this so that each month you get 4 videos that could potentially resonate for you regardless of your sun, moon, rising signs element, right? So I'm a Pisces with a Cancer moon, Cancer rising, got a very water heavy chart, but that doesn't stop me from watching, a fire, earth, or air energy video, because I've got that going on in my chart too. I'm a Sagittarius in Mars in Sagittarius. I've got a North Node in Taurus. I'm a Aries midhaven, and so on and so forth. So it all factors in. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to cover what I channeled through meditation for February. So let's get into it. I'm just going to zoom you guys in a bit here so we can read this. And sorry for the wonky, shaky sort of stuff going on there. I'm still trying to get the hang of the setup, how I want this. And of course, as you know, the camera holders don't stay still when you want them to, or if you hit your table or anything, it starts to shake around. So this month there's a sense that you're trying to maintain a calm exterior so that nobody suspects you're afraid of losing control of the situation. This is manifesting at work mostly and among friends. This conjures an image of someone standing on a surface with small cracks in it, silently praying that they won't spread too quickly and cause them to fall through in front of everyone. So I sometimes channel like these almost images in my mind representing what's going on. So you may feel this is a loss of control in your environment, but I feel this is more about some kind of insecurity coming from within. There's a sense that you're afraid of being seen in a chaotic situation without an automatic, sensible response at the ready. You don't want to be caught unprepared. Whatever situations you find yourself unable to respond to adequately, know that this is not about incompetence, okay? This is about your emotions wreaking havoc on your ability to focus and problem solve effectively. This is due to some unfinished inner work or unacknowledged vulnerability. Of course, this is related to an interpersonal wound with important figures in your life. Sometimes we can feel ourselves getting to the end of our rope internally, but we don't always know what that rope represents because we are so used to having to be on and functioning all the time. Give yourself care and kindness when the emotional storm hits. You deserve to have your wounds acknowledged and your humanness seen and respected as much as anyone else. Okay, folks. So let's zoom back out here, and I am going to give you the energy that I channeled for the month of March. So this month, what is the follow-up to that? So you may find you need a break away from everything this month. I mean, reality is a show. We, you know, life is a show this month for some of you. It may seem like it's even too much for grounded people who have a lot of air energy going on. A lot of earth energy going on in their chart. So you're asked to give yourself grace. So you can't work on things that you cannot see clearly, okay? It's okay if what you are seeing going on in the world is making you emotional this month. So, you know, you want to be in control. You want to have the answers. You want to be your usual grounded, earthy self. And yet we've got some emotional stuff coming up. It sort of maps onto what, if you have watched the fire energy reading, that might be something to go and look at if you haven't already. There was also something about on this theme of emotions coming up to the surface, and sort of unfinished or issues that have not been unpacked and laid out and acknowledged, even for maybe for a long time or at all, right? So there's this trying to stay on, as we said, and keep functioning, keep going. And, you know, with earth energy, there's this need to maintain groundedness, stability, not wanting to be rattled or pulled off course. So I'm going to go into the tarot reading portion now, and I'm going to see if we can elaborate on this again. Once again, we're going to be using the Crystal Tarot. It was one of the first decks I got, probably one of my first 10 decks. I'm up to close to 100 decks. Pretty sure I have enough of them now. Okay, so let's see what they are trying to tell. So the Knave of Pentacles. Interesting. Earth energy right out the bat, and off the bat. And you can see I'm shuffling here too. This one wants to come out. So you have the Magician. And I will sort of let them speak. And we have, okay, the Devil. Interesting. So we have the Magician and the Devil energy here. So it's funny, I look at the Devil card and I almost get this feeling of, you know, it's as if somebody's whispering in your ear, come on, you know, just let yourself go. Just like throw in the towel and just, you know, let it all fall apart, because maybe it's exhausting to keep up this sort of semblance of, you know, I've got it all together. No, everything's fine. What are you talking about? You know. So let's see what else we've got going on. So again, we have this sort of energy of, you know, the Magician, like you, and there is some truth in that you know, you do know what to do. You have, you know, you see yourself in this way, you know, I know what to do. I have the skill set. I have the stability that the foundation, which I laid a long time ago. I have, you know, I have the knowledge. I know what it is I need to do. I know where to go to get the things I need to draw from those things to achieve what I want to achieve. And yet there's this, it's almost like this Knave of Pentacles here. So we have almost like a beginner, like a student of the earth energy, of the earth suit, the Pentacles. So Pentacles are sort of, they can be money, but it can also be time. It can be a lot of, represent a lot of earthly, mundane sort of things here. And the Knave being a student, I think you're sort of, if you're inclined towards tarot or, you know, self-reflection and sort of personal growth, things like that, you sort of feel this fragile center that you've got going on, you know, like there's the part of you that feels very stable. And then there's the part of you at the Devil part, which is the sort of like I feel like an inner critic almost, that's coming along and saying, oh, but all that stuff you haven't dealt with, you know, it's going to come from underneath and just sort of, you know, pull the rug out from under you when you least. I feel like this knave is, you know, being a student is expecting something here. And also, I think this is sort of an old lesson. I think at some point going back in time, you may remember a time when your stability was sort of upset, and this could have to do with the present economic situation, the uncertainty. Maybe you're anticipating, you're not looking at the magician's energy here, you're sort of looking off in this other direction, sort of like you're anticipating something that you're not prepared for. So something is making you feel like you are unprepared, and that in this pushing you back in time into this student sort of energy, and it's reminding you of something, of a time when you felt very uncomfortable here. So let's see. So we have the Three of Swords in reverse here, and I think you're delaying some kind of heartbreak or something that you know is going to be very painful when it does have to be confronted. It's this, I keep hearing like, this cannot happen, like this, I cannot have this happen, it just can't. I can't deal with, I just don't want this to be, you know, this showing up on the trajectory of my life. You know, I just, no, that can't happen. And so it's like this, you know, it's coming, but you're delaying it. The reversal to me feels like a willful sort of delaying of something that you know maybe is coming up, because we can't be prepared for everything, right? So let's see what's at the bottom here. So we have the Nine of, it's interesting, the Nine of Cups reversed here as well. I'm getting some reversals coming up. Am I? And I'm not holding my, no, I'm not holding my deck upside down. So that's interesting. The Nine of Cups, you're thinking, you know, what I've been wishing for, what I've been hoping for, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to make it. Something's going to come up and ruin it and destroy it. And it's like I said, it's not that you don't have the tools and the know-how. It's just something, I think, from the past, and maybe even something foundational in your life is coming back up and interfering with you on the maybe on the emotional level as well. Like there's something coming up here for review. It's like our unfinished business or our unexamined issues can create this, but it's not, I don't feel it's outside circumstances. Outside circumstances on their own would not be able to, you know, drag you that far down. I think what it is the emotional issues that are not dealt with, whatever the past baggage is. The fact that that is taking up so much bandwidth when outside obstacles and difficulties come into play, it pulls you down a lot quicker, because you've already got something going on here that is, it's like it's eating away slowly. It's sort of picking and picking and picking at you. It's like you feel it in your sort of the back of your mind going on all the time, and it's producing, you know, a lot of worry, anxiety. It's like you are sort of waiting for disaster to hit. That's what I keep getting there. Okay, let's see what the final card has here. So we have the Seven of Wands, right? So you're holding your ground. You are trying very hard here to defend what you have so far, and to keep up appearances and say, well, I've got what it takes to deal with this, and I'm going to fight to the bitter end, sort of thing. You know, you're facing it head on, but beneath the surface, you're worried. So I just want to see here what the advice would be for you. I'm going to take these two cards that flew out. So we have the King of Chalices and the Four of Pentacles. So there's a time for holding on, right? And there's a time for sort of letting go. So the King of Cups knows how to balance, you know, he is primarily the realm of the cups, the emotions, the intuition, all that sort of thing, the water energy. And with this Four of, it's saying you're holding on too tightly. It's time for a balanced approach to your emotional side. So try to address whatever this baggage is in a mature way. You know, sort of handle it the way you would handle anything else, and see it as a you know, a task that you have to do, something that needs to be taken care of as much as any other thing in your empire, right? In terms of earth signs, thinking of their, you know, their finances, their assets, their you know, saving for a rainy day, being prepared in advance, having something extra put aside, just all the plans and foundations you've laid. This is just as important of a piece here. Whatever this delayed emotional experience is, I think it's time to turn this around and allow yourself to sink into it and go through it and go into the depth of it and deal with it. Because this sort of, you know, stubborn, stuck energy, you think you're balancing yourself out, but what you're really doing, it's that holding on too tightly and trying too hard to balance the external, the appearance of external order, when what you need to do is go inward and take a mature, balanced approach to, yes, you can deal with this stuff to the best of your ability, while also dealing with this and seeing it as just a part of your plan for success, because the inner work is a part of the foundation, because you are the king of your empire or queen or what have you, and dealing with what is going on inside of you, the stability within, helps with the stability outside of you as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'm seeing this is a theme that came up for the fire signs as well. We don't want to be denying our emotional world and experiences, okay? So I will be back with another reading for the earth element again in April. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment if you wish. And I'll see you in the next one.